Within the hallowed halls of Madison Square Garden lie the reminders of iconic sporting moments.
A packed house at Madison Square Garden.
Rangers are the Stanley Cup champions!
The Octagon is inside the world's most famous arena.
The first man ever to hold 2 titles simultaneously, Conor McGregor.
This rich history will add another chapter when the Octagon returns to the world's most famous arena for UFC 309. In the main event, the greatest fighter of all time returns.
He has dominated every great challenger he's ever fought. He's unparalleled.
Most wins, finishes in UFC light heavyweight history.
He is the present and he is the future, and he might be the greatest talent that we've ever seen in the UFC.
After conquering the 205-pound division, Jon Bones Jones stepped up to claim the heavyweight crown.
Oh! Jon Jones! The greatest of all time! And now the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world!
Jon Jones, he's on top of the world.
Big dreams, high life, my life.
I'm a bad dude who should not be messed with. We're just bad men at the end of the day. Just figuring out who's the baddest. So here we are.
I am the greatest.
Upon taking the throne, Jones would immediately switch focus to the division's former king.
Stipe Miocic, I hope you're training, my guy.
Stipe Miocic is one of the hardest working men on planet Earth. He is the most accomplished heavyweight champion in the history of this sport. And he's a man who's beaten the best of the best that they put in front of him.
So powerful.
Stipe Miocic once dominated the giants of mixed martial arts.
Oh! The heavyweight division belongs to him.
I'm the world champ! I'm the world champ!
And defended the heavyweight belts
He's out!
more than any man in history.
Stipe Miocic retains his UFC heavyweight title.
He's the only guy to ever defend the title 3 times.
The Ohio native is back to reclaim his title from the now reigning king.
I'm going to beat his and get that belt. We'll walk out with the belt wrapped around my waist. And
So confident.
That's it. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
In a highly anticipated matchup years in the making, Jones and Miocic collide in a legendary headliner to crown the baddest man on the planet on November 16th in New York City.
I am the greatest.
In the co-main event, 2 of the most electrifying entities in the lightweight division will meet once again. Charles Oliveira and Michael Chandler engaged in a title fight classic in their first encounter.
Oh, Oliveira in the world of trouble early.
Oliveira's managed to survive.
Oh! Knockdown for Oliveira now.
How in the world does it change that fast?
Now with a title shot on the line, both fighters are locked in on having their hand raised in the garden.
My pace and my pressure are going to be too much for him. One of us is going to wilt faster than the other, and I'm going to win that competition.
Eu acho que eu vou estar sempre um passo à frente, na parte em pé, na parte de chão. Eu acho que eu posso me sair bem melhor do que eu fui na última luta contra ele.
Charles Oliveira is the undisputed UFC lightweight champion.
In this episode, we chronicle the timelines of these blockbuster fights and take an inside look into the preparations of the fighters.
Uma das coisas que eu mais aprendi na vida, desistir dos fracos.
I'm unstoppable.
This is an unbelievable card.
No discourse, all action.
Gonna do some rounds today.
And let's keep it fun.
This is UFC 309.
I am the greatest.
Countdown.
Ooh, as good as it gets.
Independence, Ohio. A modest inner suburb of Cleveland is home to the now iconic Strong Style MMA. A gym made famous by a humble firefighter turned UFC heavyweight legend Stipe Miocic.
Strong Style MMA, I've been there for a very, very long time. Marcus has done such an amazing job going from such a small place to a bigger place to an even bigger place now. First time I was there, I just tried it out for one day and I met Marcus.
I was actually training a heavyweight years ago named Dan Bobish.
Cleveland, Ohio, Daniel!
And he was a savage. Stipe comes in and shoots on this D3 national champ. Stipe's like, I was like, holy, you know, this is strong, and he got the takedown. So I thought, well, he's got the mindset, he's got some technique, but it's still, everything has to be battle tested. And the rest is kind of history.
History would certainly be written.
Big right hand from Stipe Miocic. He has him rocked. This fight is over.
By the former Division I wrestler.
Oh. Big shots by Miocic.
And Golden Gloves boxer.
Oh, big right hand there. Stipe Miocic looking for the quick finish, and he's got it. But we have seen the triple threat Stipe Miocic with the stand-up, the wrestling, the ground and pound.
Who in heavyweight mixed martial arts.
Oh, good right hand by Stipe. Arlovsky's hurt. That's it. That's it.
Would win the ultimate prize.
Stipe Miocic against Fabricio Werdum.
Oh, that's it.
Winning the belt for the first time, this is crazy.
How about the reaction from the Strong Style fight team? What a moment.
But it wasn't just me, as my coach too. We won that title together, and that was the best part about it. This is the only reason I won the title, not me. They left their families to come with me. Let's go home to Cleveland.
Under head coach Marcus Marinelli.
You're the world champion. About being on point. About being on point.
Miocic would defend the title a record 3 consecutive times.
Oh, he's out. He's out. What a victory. Oh, it's over.
Down goes Dos Santos. Stipe Miocic retains his UFC heavyweight title. There may not be a more confident fighter on the planet. Here is Stipe trying to make heavyweight history tonight.
Good right hand by Stipe. Oh! Oh, he's hurt! Change your level! Oh!
Stipe Miocic, the most decorated heavyweight champion in UFC history.
He's the greatest heavyweight of all time. Period.
The trilogy with Hall of Famer Daniel Cormier would see Miocic come out on top with 2 wins to Cormier's 1. But the storied run of Miocic would abruptly end in March of 2021.
Oh my gosh!
In the years following the fall of Miocic, the heavyweight belt would be vacated. And the UFC's need to crown a new king piqued the interest of a living legend waiting in the wings. Former UFC light heavyweight champion Jon Jones.
His gifts, his mind, like no one else. He's just designed for this.
Is the greatest fighter the world has ever known.
Oh! Jones is the youngest champion in UFC history! He is the present, and he is the future, and he might be the greatest talent that we've ever seen in the UFC.
I had a lot of success in the UFC's light heavyweight division.
He has dominated every great challenger he's ever fought.
I beat many, many champions.
He's beaten every world champion. He's beaten them all.
Cormier trying to survive. That is it. Jon Jones has done it. The most championship wins in the history of this organization.
Towards the end of my light heavyweight career, I felt like I had beaten everyone.
Once again, Jon Jones proving to be far too much.
And so I decided to retire that light heavyweight championship and to go on to bigger and better things.
Jon Jones has been on top for over 10 years.
And that was the heavyweight division.
Jon Jones is just the greatest of all time. I can't wait to see what he does at heavyweight, and guaranteed he will mix things up big time.
Stepping away from competition for an extended period allowed Jones and his team to ready his body for the daunting challenge that lied ahead.
All right, same routine, but we're going to belt load, so most of the weight's on the hips and very little in the hands.
Getting to heavyweight was definitely a group effort.
Belt's loaded, John. It's going to stay loaded. There you go. I love it.
These guys taught me how to eat healthier, how to eat more, lift heavier.
Good hip with a finish. Flexing those glutes, yep. Good core, good glutes. That's it.
It took John some time to bulk up.
Good, 12 right there.
The challenge, of course, with MMA athletes is you want a high strength to weight ratio.
Beautiful.
You don't want to put a lot of unnecessary mass on an athlete, and that would include muscle. John wanted to achieve a particular weight, and then from there, we worked on making sure that his athleticism wasn't compromised.
We'll just start walking that way. So from here to the second trash can and back is 200 meters.
It took me 3 years to gain the weight in a healthy way, and I'm glad that I did.
Stay tall and just breathe. Strong hands, 15 seconds.
It was a great move.
Time. Beautiful.
Jones would return to fight for the vacant title in March of 2023 at a blockbuster pay-per-view event against a true heavyweight opponent from Paris, France, former interim champion, Ciryl Gane.
This is a gigantic moment for Jon Bones Jones, the greatest to ever do it, the greatest light heavyweight champion of all time, the consensus greatest UFC fighter of all time, 3 years out of the game. And now we get to see Jon Jones going up to heavyweight.
I remember just feeling like I should have been more nervous than I was, but I wasn't. I felt amazing. I've grown up in these arenas. I remember just feeling at home, not afraid of the opportunity, but right where I belonged.
Ladies and gentlemen, been over the walls in the dressing room, you know exactly what I expect. There's going to be all times, keep yourself protected. When I say stop, you stop. If you want to touch, now's the time. God bless.
Ciryl Gane, stoic as usual, as he tries to be the first man to beat Jon Jones in a mixed martial arts setting.
That's that smile, Johnny. Let's go have some fun.
Ready?
Left hand over the top for Jones.
Oh, nice right hand by Jones.
Jon's controlling the center of the octagon, and Ciryl with his back to the cage. Not a lot of room to move backwards.
People were calling Ciryl the future of heavyweight MMA.
But Jones is pressuring.
Yeah, again, he's got him there.
Super fluid footwork, coming from a soccer background, versatile in his kickboxing.
Jon's got the clinch, and he's got him down immediately. That is absolutely huge.
Jones does a good job of getting height here.
He's making him carry his weight.
Yes, that's important. Jones is just making him carry him.
It felt real good to make it look so easy.
Jon Jones, the greatest of all time, and now the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
This fight went 2.5 minutes. It was not hard. This was a wipeout by Jon Jones.
Oh, yeah, baby. Y'all want to see me beat up Stipe? One thing I know about the UFC is we give the fans what they want to see. Stipe Miocic, you're the greatest heavyweight of all time, and that's what I want. I want you real bad.
Look at that. He's on top of the world. And he has an amazing fight coming up with Stipe Miocic, and I am very much looking forward to that.
I wanted Stipe because he simply is the greatest heavyweight of all time. What better way to challenge myself but to fight a man who absolutely knows how to win?
The biggest matchup in heavyweight history was confirmed for the headline slot at UFC 295. But an unfortunate mishap in training would immediately halt any such plans.
I was wrestling one of my teammates.
10 seconds.
Shot in a double leg dive, a move that I've been doing since middle school. And my shoulder just popped. Immediately, I knew it was something serious. I called the UFC. The UFC flew me in the next morning. I got my MRIs done and x-rays done. And
I'm better.
I'm sorry, man. I met Dana at his office, and him and Hunter ended up breaking the news to me. I just got off the MRI table, and we're waiting for the results.
I got the results.
What is it?
You're out 6 months to a year. You got to go have surgery.
You're lying.
I swear on my life, full tear. That's why it hurt.
I knew it hurt.
Yeah.
I knew it hurt. 6 months to a year?
Yeah.
6 months to a year?
That whole muscle completely separated and popped. I know. I could tell when you called me last night. I could tell you.
Yeah.
It was something real.
I don't want to cry in front of you, too.
I don't want to cry in front of you, too, either. Yeah, this is a huge blow, man. You've been pretty durable throughout your entire career, man.
This isn't what usually happens. Yeah, usually it's freaking trouble outside of the octagon. So this is, I'm trying to do the right things. I'm sorry, guys. It's all good.
Jon Jones. He is no longer fighting at UFC 295.
UFC 295 has hit a snag. Jon Jones is hurt.
Tore a pectoral tendon off the bone while wrestling in training.
Historic matchup, no longer happening.
The greatest heavyweight title fight in the history of the UFC is now going to be delayed.
Yeah, got real.
Plans for the biggest heavyweight title fight of all time at UFC 295 were put into a spin with the news of an injury to the champion, Jon Jones.
10 seconds.
You've probably seen the news. It is all over. Jon Jones against Stipe Miocic is no longer happening.
The desire to wait for the matchup to prove the greatest heavyweight of all time was reciprocated by both sides, resulting in an extensive wait for Jones to return to a fight-ready condition to face the former champion.
All right, guys. Things are about to get pretty real for me. Just want to say I appreciate the support and we're praying for a quick recovery. Honestly, I was devastated. I knew that it was going to be a long journey back. I had lost pretty much all strength, had to be rebuilt. The recovery process, at the beginning of it, I could barely lift a 15-pound dumbbell above my head. I couldn't do a pull-up, I couldn't do push-ups. I gained a tremendous amount of weight. It really just seemed like an uphill battle that was not winnable. So it took me a long time to get my confidence back, to get my strength back. I realized how important it is to take a step back and recover and get the proper rest and hydration, all those things. So I feel the injury actually made me a better professional athlete. I'm grateful that I stayed positive, listening to the coaches, I got my back in the gym, and today I'm here, stronger than ever before, better trained than ever before.
The most accomplished heavyweight champion in the history of the sport.
And I'm just ready to whoop some.
The cancellation of his date with Jones at UFC 295 allowed Stipe Miocic to focus his energy on his growing family in Ohio.
Hi, baby.
Thank you.
My daughter, Mila, my son, Mateo.
Ah, my God, you're so heavy. Trying to break my arm?
They are crazy, nuts, and awesome.
All right, sit down. Dump in these for me, the whole thing. Whoa, okay, good job. Now, we gotta crack an egg. Woo, okay.
Oh, don't even drop them in there.
Thank you. All right, now I gotta mix it, okay?
They're alpha-driven, they're very outgoing.
And when you're over it, Mommy will finish it.
That's what I want. I want them to be leaders, not followers.
I got this.
No, you don't. No.
Becoming a father changed me in many ways, just knowing that I have to make sure my children are taken care of at all times, no matter what.
I love you guys so much.
Babe.
What?
Try to get them quiet now.
Quiet now!
Oh, well, that's really gonna settle them down.
Definitely give me motivation. I always have motivation for training and anything I do in life, but that just gives me an extra spark.
I'll see you later. I'm gonna go downstairs.
I'll see you later.
Stipe's resilience in waiting for Jon Jones's return was finally met with the announcement of the rebooking of their title fight.
Saturday, November 16th, we are back in Madison Square Garden in New York City for UFC 309. In the main event, the undefeated heavyweight champion, the greatest of all time, and the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Jon Jones, faces the former heavyweight champion, Stipe Miocic, to determine who is the greatest heavyweight.
With his body fully restored, Jon Jones is once again able to ready himself to make waves in the heavyweight division. An extended preparation for his entry fight in the weight class resulted in quick work of Cyril Gane.
This is a gigantic moment for Jon Bones Jones.
I had worked so hard.
And he's got him down immediately.
For it to be over after 2 minutes and 4 seconds, it was bittersweet.
He's attacking guillotine.
Oh, he tapped! Jon Jones, the greatest of all time!
Oh, my goodness!
There is no denying him now.
There was a side of me that felt robbed. We were ready for a war. We were ready for blood. We were ready to go to that dark place.
Ready, go.
As he anticipates the monumental matchup with an all-time great in Stipe Miocic, the champion draws motivation from the prospect of recreating his most iconic battles.
Going to the trenches is when you get two men who are equally skilled, realizing that they're both in for a long night.
When you get tired, don't forget about your feet. That was good. I like that pace. Let's try and maintain that the whole time.
Putting a man's heart on a platter in front of the whole world and just eating it, something different about that.
Go again, down and back.
Those Alexander Gustafsson type fights.
Oh, both of these guys are pushed to their limit in this fight.
I got to exercise my warrior spirit. That means a lot more than the W to me.
Those Daniel Cormier type fights.
Jon Jones has that unique combination. Physical talent, mental determination, and this will to win.
Those Dominic Reyes type fights.
This is Jon Jones threatened.
Might come down to this round, so I need everything you got. All that positive energy, I need all of that for 5 minutes of hell.
Oh, nasty left hand.
It really just boils down to who wants it more.
Oh!
Nice kick by Jones there.
And there's something really special that happens when you take a man to deep water and drown him.
Just like that, Jon. Very good.
With Stipe Miocic, I'm not looking to just attack his skill set. I'm going after his heart.
Stipe Miocic, you're the greatest heavyweight of all time, and that's what I want. I hope you're training, my guy.
With added motivation, Miocic looks ahead to his legacy-defining matchup at UFC 309. As the former champ embarks on familiar territory in preparation for Jon Jones, he and his team feel confident in entering deep waters with the consensus greatest of all time.
Hey, let's roll.
This is our second rodeo with this camp. We've got to know Jones, so now we're just picking up right where we left off.
And good. Open up that chest, turn around.
Obviously, I have a lot of respect for him as a fighter and what he's accomplished. It's extremely hard to do what he's done.
Tell me when.
But Stipe's got his strengths.
Nice.
His fight IQ, his all-around strength, his conditioning, his heart, his movement, his athleticism, his experience.
Keep that, hold it, hold it, hold it. Hold it.
We want to use our strengths to shut down his strengths.
So you're going to be upright a little bit more. Close your hand back, yeah.
Jon has definitely had a lot of success.
That's what I want. That's slow run.
Well, just fights for 205. He's never seen anything like me. Well, he'll find out real quick once the bell rings.
Look at Stipe's body of work. You go through 5-round fight, one killer after another.
Good right hand by Stipe. He's just eating punches here. He's in big trouble.
And we fought everybody at the top of their game. That's a champion.
Stipe Miocic, the most decorated heavyweight champion in UFC history.
He is the champion, and he's a champion by beating everybody they put in front of him.
Jon Jones is the greatest of all time.
Oh, DC's hurt!
That's why we want it. We have an opportunity here to beat the greatest of all time and get that belt back. Those two things are very important.
Hands down, that's all I care about. I want to fight that guy. Best of the best. A lot of people count me out. Count me out, please. I beg you, count me out. Because I like to shut people up.
I think you want Jon Jones to face the greatest heavyweight of all time.
ahead of his first heavyweight title defense against Stipe Miocic at UFC 309. The champion Jon Jones has added key personnel to his training camp. A man who, like Jones, is considered an all-time great in his craft.
The King, Gordon!
Oh, yes! There it is. It is over. All hail the King, Gordon Ryan. Wow! Gordon Ryan has really changed the way people look at submission grappling.
I'm considered the greatest no-gi grappler of all time. I've won ADCC 5 times, World Championships multiple times, Pan American champion. Everything there is to win no-gi jiu-jitsu, I've won it.
You catch the leg, you catch the wrist. Right from here, you go and re-roll through. You have that leg controlled. With either one, take the elbow through, and solidify top pin. Let's get warmed up with that. 1, 2, 3.
I've been training with Gordon Ryan for a little while now. He comes and visit me when he's not competing himself, and it's been amazing. The main way he helps me is just to let me know that I can always work harder and that there's always somebody bigger and better than you out there.
You're always jousting for front knee position.
He's super intelligent, super generous with his knowledge, and he pushes the hell out of me.
Ready? Jon's fight IQ is just so much higher than anybody else who's currently fighting.
You gonna start breaking me down right away. Actually, the second I see her pull me, she pulls me into a grabbing, and now we're ready to go right back into offense from a neutral position.
The thing that impresses me most about him as an athlete is his ability to pick up moves and translate the moves into different areas of the sport.
Left tight waist, she just grabbed me. Right tight waist punches in.
I kind of give him an idea to run with, and then by the end of the session, he has a whole system and a whole series of movements.
There we go, there we go.
The tools that he possesses is just gonna be too much for Stipe to handle.
Oh, we're cooking. We got Jon breathing. All right.
Across the country, it's business as usual for the team at Strong Style MMA, who prepares Stipe Miocic for the unique challenges that Jon Jones presents.
Don't wait for the perfect opportunity to come, because you're going to be in the pocket going on. Especially while it's going to pick the pace up a little bit, which is what we want. Ready? All right, Stipe, round 1, let's go.
You can never get a perfect Jon Jones.
Lead the dance now, lead the dance first.
He's Jon Jones for a reason.
It's on now, though. It's on now. Every second counts right now.
We kind of have to piece together the sparring partners where we get the right look in the certain disciplines and then find ways to pull everything together. We have some guys here that can really emulate the style, and we just need to kind of put the danger in front of them.
Make it part of your rhythm now.
Easy victories are hollow.
Inactivity will lose your rhythm.
I mean, we love this stuff. That's what Marcus's whole system is built on, is tough challenges. It's, how are we gonna beat this guy? It's been that way since last year. Till the clock strikes 0, that's what we're gonna be thinking about.
Your victory right now is a movement on the outside.
You have to be prepared for Jon Jones.
Keep your right hand where you need it. Don't move that unless you throw it.
I think he's gonna come in and he's gonna be ready to go. I think he's off, the fight fell off last time. And I think this time he's gonna be ready to go out there and he wants to cement his legacy. He's just running into the wrong guy. Stipe's been fighting in the heavyweight division his entire career.
We've just seen domination.
The heavyweight division is a different animal.
His hand's just outstanding.
He hasn't gone through the ringer year after year and sparred with top-level heavyweights year after year. I mean, that's what we've been doing.
Right to work. Focus on what's in front of you.
UFC 309, the greatest heavyweight of all time, is gonna beat the greatest fighter of all time. He's gonna get his hand raised, he'll be victorious.
The wait is finally over.
Jon Jones is back defending that championship belt against the best heavyweight that there has ever been inside the UFC.
He's simply the best heavyweight of all time. I've seen him escaping submissions. I've seen him knocking out people with ground and pound.
He's the most successful heavyweight champion of all time.
He can knock you out while backing up.
Oh, that's it!
He has great counters. He has fast hands. He can do it all. My plan is to go out there and do what I've done to everyone else, and that's to dominate.
Jon Jones, #1 overall all time.
He's finished the best of the best. He's beaten them all. He is the GOAT.
That's a dangerous, scary man. Everywhere you go with Jon Jones, you are in trouble.
The most championship wins in the history of this organization.
I'll go as far as I have to. It's fun. I don't care where it goes or what I have to do. He's never seen anything like me.
He's the only man to ever win 4 world heavyweight title fights.
I'm going to hurt him a lot. I promise you that.
We're going to see an even better version of Stipe.
I'm going to beat his walk out with the belt wrapped around my waist.
UFC 309, I want to kick some to show the world how great I am.
The greatest of all time!
Y'all want to see me beat up Stipe?
Bring it on. Bring it on.
The consensus greatest heavyweight of all time, Stipe Miocic, against the greatest of all time. And
it's the most important title in all of combat sports.
In May of 2021, 2 of the most decorated 155-pound fighters on the planet met in Houston, Texas, to compete for the vacant UFC lightweight title.
If there was going to be a vacant title fight, it needed to include Charles "Do Bronx" Oliveira.
After over a decade in the UFC, Charles Oliveira had arrived at his first UFC title shot on the back of an emphatic 8-fight win streak.
Charles Oliveira, greatest fight finisher of all time.
This guy has gone through the fire to get to where he is today.
Standing in his way was an established former world champion whose reputation saw him fast-tracked to a title opportunity shortly after his arrival in the UFC.
Surprise, surprise! There's a new king in the lightweight division!
Eu tava vindo numa sequência gigantesca de vitórias. Michael Chandler, ele foi contratado do UFC. Então, querendo ou não, o cara, ele chegou com aquela moral toda.
Michael Chandler, here in his second UFC appearance, he has earned his opportunity. At Undisputed UFC Gold, he believes his power will make Charles Oliveira retreat and ultimately succumb tonight.
Via um cara agressivo, um cara que tinha muito explosivo.
The way he approaches fights is just a seek and destroy mentality.
The lightweight title is vacant. It will not be in 25 minutes or fewer.
Ele, a gente sabe que ele é um cara que começa a luta muito explosivo. Uma luta de uma guerra.
Oh, Chandler's got him in a guillotine.
And it's tight. Oh, he's in trouble.
Popped his head out.
He's out.
Oh.
Wow.
That looked real tight.
Oh, no.
When Charles Oliveira, the guy who's got the record for most submission victories, gets your back, a lot of times guys get choked and they get finished. And not only was I able to fight out of it, I did what a lot of people said don't do, which is jump backwards.
Oh, that's terrible.
No pendas costas.
I reversed the position and got on top.
Oh, what an explosion.
And then landed a bunch of ground and pound.
Big shot from the top by Chandler.
Ele saiu, eu errei de andar pra trás e o cara que ele é um cara que ele explodiu, você não pode andar pra trás porque ele conecta as mãos em você e ele conseguiu conectar a mão.
You're under 2 minutes to go in the round. There's that left hand.
Oh, no, Oliveira's in trouble. He's in real trouble.
The referee was about to jump between us. The referee was about to push me off of him as I was beating him up on the ground. I was literally a fraction of a second away from becoming UFC champion.
What a round by Michael Chandler.
I remember Charles Oliveira's reputation at that point. He had this reputation of quitting. And I believed if I put the pressure on him very quickly, that he would eventually wilt and eventually quit.
He's broken. You saw that, right? Beast, nothing for you. He's broken. He's broken.
And I was wrong.
Você vai ter que fazer ele te respeitar. Anda pra frente, bota a mão nele, faz o trampo acontecer, mostra quem você é.
I threw a deep, hard right hand to the body, came back out of the pocket, unprotected.
Oh! Knocked down for Oliveira now! Now a knee to the body for Charles and a right hand!
Oh, Chandler
retreats! Now Chandler is down! Charles Oliveira is the undisputed UFC lightweight champion!
Whoa! Congratulations!
My goodness!
He's in it!
That's the game we play!
Surprise, surprise!
Foi uma grande luta e a gente mostramos o porquê quem era o verdadeiro campeão. Chegou com uma vibe gigantesca, que ele era o novo campeão, que ele tinha, né? E eu era só mais um e eu fui lá e joguei o balde de não, como eu te falei, não só de água, mas como de gelo em cima disso, acabou a festa.
What a comeback from that disastrous end of the first round to stop Michael Chandler in the second like that. My goodness.
Era ali que ia começar a nossa história como campeão.
massive disappointment on the other side for the American Michael Chandler.
He survived, and he beat me. He beat me fair and square.
Henry Hoof went from telling him how good he was doing. 19 seconds later, Charles Oliveira's the champion.
The way in which I was so close to winning the world title, I went from looking like I was going to win, it was 100% certainty that I was going to win, to holy cow, the fight is over, what just happened? We have to run it back.
In the wake of his crushing defeat to Charles Oliveira, Chandler continued to live up to his reputation as one of the most entertaining fighters in the world.
Michael Chandler's got a kill or be killed style.
I fought nothing but top guys since I came into the UFC.
Oh! Couple big shots for Chandler!
5 fights.
You don't want to do this with Michael Chandler, man. Dude is powerful.
1 fight of the year.
What a fight. Justin Gaethje and Michael Chandler now connected forever.
Knockout of the year.
Oh! A front kick to the face!
The power of Chandler is a sight to behold, man.
4 fight of the nights.
The man throws himself into the fire.
I sell pay-per-views, and I put butts in seats inside arenas on Saturday nights.
Conor McGregor! I want you at your biggest, I want you at your baddest, and I want you at your best.
A string of instant classics saw him lined up for a marquee bout against the biggest star in UFC history, Conor McGregor. However, continued complications with the Irishman forced a lengthy absence from competition.
Michael Chandler has been destroyed. Waiting for Conor McGregor for so long.
Waiting was tough.
He spent 2 years on the sidelines.
Idleness is not my friend.
Conor McGregor is out of 303 versus Michael Chandler with an injury.
As one door seemingly closed, another opened, presenting Chandler the opportunity to rectify a previous setback in the co-main event of UFC 309.
2 of the most exciting men to ever fight in the lightweight division will meet again in a rematch of their crazy back-and-forth title fight, with the #2 ranked Charles Oliveira taking on #6 ranked Michael Chandler in a 5-round #1 contender fight.
The time off created a new fighter in me. I need something to chase. I need a goal in mind, a goal to work towards, and a target to hit. And Charles Oliveira is the best target I could have asked for.
With the rematch confirmed, Chandler reunites with his longtime head coach, Henry Hoof, aiming to address the shortcomings from their previous encounter with the former champion.
If you're fatigued, don't throw any punches, don't go for shots. Just recover while you're moving. Nobody gets tired from just moving. With Charles, we were prepared the first time. Go! I think if we would been a little bit more calm and relaxed, we could have a better result for this fight, because Michael, again, he likes the crowd. He's an entertainer too. He always comes to fight. Even though he lost fights, people still tune in to see him fight. You know, he's an exciting fighter. In your head, if you feel like you're getting fatigued, you make your movement recovery. You move while you recover. That's why this step is like movement, recover a little bit. But Michael has to try to stay calm. He doesn't need to make it a brawl when it doesn't need to be a brawl. And if he does that, he will beat Charles Oliveira.
When I'm in the competition, when I'm in the fire, when I'm in danger, I do take chances. I do throw caution to the wind. I think that's why people love my style and they love to watch me fight.
He's such a uniquely explosive individual and so violent.
But the way that I approach the sport now and the way that I'm approaching this fight is going to be different.
He closes the distance so well, and the consequences of him landing on you are so extreme.
When I land my punches, the follow-up shots are going to be more calculated than wild. When I smell a finish about to happen, I'm going to slowly continue to put pressure on.
Don't stand still!
Instead of trying to rush.
Oh! Out cold! Last part of your training needs to be good.
Fighting Charles Oliveira, it's a redemption story. It's a revenge fight. I think this is the way it was always supposed to be. Sometimes you got to take a loss, pull yourself back up to then overcome the odds and right a wrong, and I think that's what this is going to be.
Let's go!
There is not a man alive at 155 pounds that can hang with me for 25 minutes if I fight composed and smart.
Much better work, much better.
That's who I am now, and I'm excited to go out there and show that on November 16th.
For Michael Chandler, the importance of his preparations in Florida is equally shared with family time at his home in Tennessee.
I made the decision that I was going to travel home every single weekend, and if my career suffered because of it, I would be completely fine laying my head on the pillow at night.
A man having someone that depends on them is a superpower.
Watching Michael become a dad, it's really sweet to see. Just watching how in tune he is and how present he is every time he is with them. There are no distractions and he is here for them. It's hard to watch him leave because I know he feels a lot of the guilt leaving.
Oh, baby. Daddy. Thank you so much. Popsicle for Daddy.
Can you get one to give us a cup? But he has to be in Florida. That's where Henry and all his coaches are.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
It's been a journey and challenging at times, but I'm really proud of him, and he's done a really good job balancing all of it and being successful at what he does.
I love my boys. They're still very young, but in the long run, they will know that their father was a man who poured himself fully into what his purpose is here on earth.
All right. Ready? Yeah.
Being a father is more important than all the world championships combined.
In the heart of Sao Paulo, accomplished Brazilians gather to motivate the masses, inspiring their people by sharing the experiences that allowed them to achieve great things. An event that would be remiss not to include former lightweight champion Charles Oliveira, who makes his return in the co-main event of UFC 309.
Eu falo pra galera o seguinte, que a minha história não é uma história inventada. Ela é uma história que ela foi verdadeira. Um moleque que veio de baixo, venceu na vida e vem vencendo.
Prazer, como você tá, irmão? Tudo bem, rapaz? Honra minha, Deus te abençoe, tá bem?
Incentiva eles a querer voltar, dar a volta por cima e querer se tornar gigante também. De verdade, do fundo do coração. Quando você vive no seu conforto, nada vai vir fácil pra você, sabe? Você tem que sair da sua zona de conforto. Você tem que ir pra batalha, você tem que ir pra guerra. Você tem que acreditar que verdadeiramente, na hora certa, vai acontecer e você vai vencer. Com certeza, se eu não falar que eu não pensei, que eu não ia desistir, que não era pra mim, lógico, acho que todo mundo pensa nisso.
Oh, it looks like an injury to the shoulder of Charles Oliveira. And it's all over! Anthony Pettis chokes out Charles Oliveira!
Cheguei no UFC na ascensão boa, venci, perdi, perdi. Você não pode desistir. Uma das coisas que eu mais aprendi na vida, desistir é pros fracos. Você jamais pode desistir. A pancada pode vir forte. A gente tem que bater 10 vezes mais forte.
Charles Oliveira is the undisputed UFC lightweight champion!
Charles Oliveira, what a performance.
Eu se tornei campeão mundial, eu quebrei recorde, eu fiz recorde.
His name is plastered across the UFC record books. You'll likely know the credentials by now. Most submissions and finishes in UFC history. Charles Oliveira, out of the favelas in Brazil, has effectively changed his life forever.
Eu se tornei o melhor, eu se tornei o melhor naquilo, eu sou referência. Do pouco pro muito, tá ligado? Tá ligado? Muita gratidão, tá ligado? Orgulho, sabe? Eu sou de verdade, eu sou muito grato, essa é a palavra, é grato. Então levanta cedo todos os dias. Não importa o que você vai fazer, se dedica verdadeiramente 100% nisso, que vai dar certo.
While Oliveira's legacy as an all-time great is already secured, the Brazilian still remains locked in on reclaiming the lightweight throne. get a shot at the title, he must face the man who pushed him to his absolute limits in their first encounter. Iron Michael Chandler.
Todas as lutas você tem que aprender. Não é porque você venceu que você não vai aprender ou que você perdeu, não. Quando eu venço, também tem que aprender. Com certeza, o Michael Chandler é um problema gigante. Ele é um cara muito explosivo, ele é um cara que ele anda muito pra frente, ele é um cara que ele é um verdadeiro caçador.
When Chandler blitzes and when Chandler lands, Oliveira has not shown an ability to really take the strike.
Com certeza, a gente vai olhar muito a minha luta contra o Michael Chandler.
Bateu sem guarda.
Pra que a gente não possa errar em coisas que a gente errou.
Eu passo o joelho.
Eu venci a primeira, mas eu quero mostrar que, tipo, não foi sorte. Tá ligado? Que eu sou melhor.
Ponta cruzando cabeça.
Que eu tenho mais jogo. Então é isso que eu quero fazer. Sou muito mais perigoso em pé, acho que sou muito mais perigoso no chão. Tenho certeza que o Michael Chandler vai vir com muito mais sede pra poder mostrar que ele, tipo, pode me vencer com todo o respeito do mundo. Isso aí, eu acho isso. Então, por isso que o resultado vai ser o mesmo, por isso que no final de tudo meu braço vai ser levantado.
UFC 309 is going to be different than when I fought Charles the first time.
Stay busy. Nice.
My pace and my pressure are going to be too much for him.
Michael Chandler, he's so explosive and so violent.
Oh, couple big shots for Chandler.
Just teeing off against the cage every time he gets into that octagon.
Oh, Oliveira in trouble early.
This is how the next chapter gets written in my quest for the title and become the #1 lightweight in the world.
Acho que eu tenho muito mais arma do que o Michael Chandler para poder vencer. Eu acho que eu posso me sair bem melhor do que eu fui na última luta contra ele.
Oh, knockdown for Oliveira. He's out.
Com certeza, no UFC 309, meu braço vai ser levantado. Minha mão pode entrar, eu posso conectar os golpes, poder sair com a vitória.
Oh, who can stop Charles Oliveira?
The rematch between two of the world's best at 155 pounds sets the stage for a heavyweight showdown for the ages.
Oh, he's hurt. Cormier in trouble. That's it. Stipe Miocic.
The greatest of all time, Jon Jones.
Greatness awaits as the Octagon returns to the Empire State with yet another blockbuster event inside Madison Square Garden.
This one is gonna be fireworks.
It's gonna be insane.